Welcome to Global Dispatches, a podcast about foreign policy and world affairs. I'm your host, Mark Leon Goldberg, editor of UN Dispatch. And in this show, we discuss topical global issues, have conversations with foreign affairs thought leaders and newsmakers, and give you the context you need to understand the world today. Go to globaldispatchespodcast.com to learn more. And now on with the show. My guest today is the Foreign Minister of Kosovo, Behgjet Pacolli. We met in a hotel lobby not far from the United Nations, where the Foreign Minister had spent several days during the UN General Assembly last week. I was interested in learning from the Foreign Minister both some of the substantive issues on his plate, that is, what are Kosovo's foreign policy priorities today, and also just what life was like during UN Week for the Foreign Minister of a small state like Kosovo. So the conversation you are about to hear veers between those two threads. Kosovo is in a unique diplomatic situation. About 116 countries recognize Kosovo as an independent state. This includes major powers like the United States and most of Europe. Russia and many countries, however, do not consider it an independent country, but rather a breakaway region of Serbia. The quest for formal and full admittance to the United Nations hits a roadblock at the Security Council, where Russia holds a veto. As you'll see from our conversation, Foreign Minister Pacolli's paramount interest is to gain full status for Kosovo at the UN and secure bilateral recognition from as many states as possible. And it was interesting to hear directly from him how he goes about doing that. As I said earlier, our conversation was recorded in a hotel lobby, and it was full of chattering diplomats, so please excuse the ambient background noise, but I think you will appreciate this conversation with Kosovo Foreign Minister Behgjet Pacolli. I was intrigued by the video you posted to Twitter of you shaking President Trump's hand at the UN. Can you tell me, like, behind the scenes, how was that moment orchestrated?
No, it's fantastic. It's good things. I was there. Mr. President, very extraversory, has make a sign with his hand. He make a step in my direction. I make also step and we shake a hand with him. It was perfectly.
Did you say anything in that moment to him?
Nothing, just I said, thank you, Mr. President, and you have my support.
Oh, great. Okay. And did he recognize that you were the Foreign Minister of Kosovo? I
don't know.
Yeah.
I know Mr. President since 97.
How was that?
I have seen when he was a businessman, a fantastic man. He's a fantastic businessman.
Did you know you met him personally in those years?
With other people, but okay. I was there, and I believe he recognized my face when he winked with his hand. Yeah.
So how important is a brief encounter, a moment like that for Kosovo? Is there anything to read into that? Is it like of substantive value to have that kind of moment with the president?
No, of course, this is a sign that Kosovo is there, and USA is a big friend of Kosovo, and the USA is supporting Kosovo. For us, absolutely great things, because you know that USA is supporting Kosovo not only now, but since 80s, end of 80s. And we are thankful to the American people and the United States, and we are cooperating very closely together with United States. Now we are in the end stage of our statehood building or state building.
Yeah.
So we would need, of course, the presence and assistance of United States for that.
Coming into this week, and we're speaking sort of at the tail end of UN Week, but there's a lot still to happen. What are some of Kosovo's foreign policy priorities right now, and your priorities for this week?
Yes, it's of course, because the entire world is here. You know, Kosovo as a new state is trying to have more and more friends everywhere. Actually, we did very well because since declaration of our independence, we have more than 118 countries that they have recognized Kosovo, and they are helping Kosovo in Kosovo's integration.
I love the website Kosovo Thanks You.
Yes,
by the
of
way,
course.
that lists all the countries that have formally recognized Kosovo's
And
statehood.
I am stating that again, and I understand this. We thank all our friends.
So, what were some of the key bilateral meetings you held this week?
Actually, I had every day more than 20, 30 meetings with the entire world. And
Did you meet with countries?
our target is to have new friends, new recognitions, to cultivate the recognition that we have, and to develop relationship, more cooperation with the countries that they have recognized Kosovo, having in consideration that Serbia is obstacling everywhere. Serbia is trying to destruct, and we are building. So that's the difference between Kosovo and Serbia.
Is it fair to say that Kosovo's top chief paramount foreign policy priority is gaining statehood, gaining recognition by other states?
Getting recognitions, more friends, more cooperations, because we are a small country, and only having a lot of friends, only having cooperation, we can ensure better life for our citizens.
So you said you had about 20 bilateral meetings.
Every day.
Every day.
Yes.
So did you have meetings with countries that have not formally recognized Kosovo?
Of course. We had meetings with countries that they have formally not recognized.
Can you just kind of take me inside one of those meetings? What happens in those meetings?
So we meet them, and I try to bring the facts why they have to recognize Kosovo, because explaining them how Kosovo is born as a country, and how Kosovo is developing the statehood building, and about the relationship that Kosovo has with the entire world, and our desire and willingness to have recognition with them.
So, for example, take me inside a meeting you might have with, say, Israel, another key American ally, just like Kosovo is a key American ally, but a country that has not recognized Kosovo. What sort of pitch do you make to, say, Israel specifically?
The Israel issue is a little bit different, because Israel is a friend of us. Israel has supported Kosovo from the beginning, de facto supported. De jure, Israel has not recognized Kosovo, but Israel is supporting Kosovo. Since the war, I cannot forget when Prime Minister Netanyahu has received the first 200 immigrants in Tel Aviv, and he went to the airport. He went in the plane to salute them, and I can remember very well when he said to these people, "So from today, your new home is here, Israel." Because you may remember when Serbia has expelled 1 million people from their homes in Kosovo, and in that time we were very, very afraid that the entire population of Kosovo will disappear, like Jewish, in this history have done. But we were little bit fortunate, because the war were very short, and the people could come again.
I mean, Israel to me is an interesting example for the fact that they have some of their own domestic reasons not to want to recognize, a minority population within their borders for their own statehood. Yet they are a key American ally, as is Kosovo. And I did see, and I was fascinated that your prime minister even offered to open an embassy in Jerusalem, which only a couple of countries had, should Israel recognize Kosovo.
I believe, as I said, relationship, friendly relationship with Israel is not only from now; it's from the beginning, because it's a old history. You know, from the Second World War. Because in Second World War, the Albanian families in Kosovo and Albania, they protected the Jewish families, Jewish children, and the sympathy was always there. Now Israel has recognized that fact and is supporting Kosovo. I said de facto.
Yeah.
We are working very closely with Israel because we're importing technologies, know-how in IT sector, in agriculture, and we want to cooperate in future also.
So aside from Israel, what other country do you think, or countries, are like very close to recognizing Kosovo but not quite there yet?
So
what can we expect next?
I don't want to speculate in this because, if I say the names, Serbia is waiting there to go and to destroy that.
So tell me about that dynamic. So you have a meeting and then Serbia tries to undermine your meeting, backed perhaps by Russia?
Of course, they are trying, always. Always.
What's like an example of how they are trying to counteract your priorities?
Yes.
Like, can you give me like a specific example?
First of all, they're saying to the people that we are not member of United Nations, we cannot be in the building. They are saying that we practically we have declared independence so unilaterally, but it's not true. And they are saying that Kosovo is in their constitution. De facto, Kosovo was member of Yugoslavian Federation since '74, and Kosovo was equal member of Federation, and for that Kosovo has the right to declare independence. Our independence is not. We come first of all from a struggle where Serbia has killed a lot of people, violated a lot of women, violated our mothers and sisters in front of their children and their parents and their husbands.
I remember this very vividly.
And, we declared our independence according to Ahtisaari documents. Ahtisaari was appointed.
You're referring to Martti Ahtisaari, the Finnish diplomat who helped negotiate peace in the Balkans for many years.
Yes, he issued a document, and we have done exactly according to his document. Ahtisaari was appointed by the United Nations.
Yes.
And we have declared independence, as was written in these documents, and we have done our constitution exactly according to these documents. So, and
you don't need to convince me. I understand.
Of course, International Court of Justice has sealed practically our independence, saying that the declaration of the independence, it was our right. It was not against the international right. So we are legally there, and a lot of countries understood that, and they have recognized Kosovo as a fact to be recognized by the biggest democracy in the world. That means something.
So, you have a compelling legal argument. Your political your political cause advances every time another country recognizes you. Yet you run up to this almost immovable force of Russia at the Security Council and China at the Security Council, which their support is required for formal admittance into the United Nations as a full-fledged member state. That just doesn't, the political forces right now, no matter how many countries you get on your side, still seem to be sort of stacked up against you right now. So how do you deal with the fact that no matter how hard you try, it really is up to one person, basically, Vladimir Putin, whether or not your dreams are fulfilled?
I believe Vladimir Putin is a human being. He understands the whole situation. And until 2007, actually, Russia was very indifferent. very neutral. And I know that in 2007 it happened a meeting between former Prime Minister of Serbia and Vladimir Putin in St. Petersburg. And I know that the Russians, they maintain word. And Putin has promised to the Prime Minister of Serbia that we will support you. And because of this, we are suffering today. Well, but one day, I believe Putin is a good guy. I know him personally. I knew him personally.
How did you know him personally? Where's that relationship from?
Him. But this is I worked so long in Russia,
yeah,
and I have big respect for Russian people, and I know very well that Putin is one of these good people, and I expect one day that they will understand in a right way our problem with Serbia. That being an independent state in Kosovo doesn't harm anyone, and that will contribute to the peace in the region. Just for your information, since we have declared independence, we never had one smallest accident between Serbs and Albanians. Maybe between Albanians there is plenty of problems every day, but not between them and us. So
you're hopeful. You're hopeful that Putin will have a change of heart, or that political forces will change.
I believe it needs to. We have to have a possibility to explain to President Putin the real situation now is because. Lot of misunderstanding, lot of fake news, lot of mess is there, and I believe that when we have the chance to explain exactly the real situation, how is in Kosovo, they will change their mind because we are not escaping from there. We are staying there as a state and. We are cooperating with Serbia also. And Serbia is only way to have a peace is to establish peace between Serbia and Kosovo, and then Serbia can have the privilege to sell their products to cooperate with us.
So, I mean, on a personal level, how do you sort of deal with what must be like an immensely frustrating situation where, you explained how you hold out hope that one day Russia may change its stance at the Security Council, but, surveying the world as it is today, that doesn't seem likely to happen anytime soon, yet you're out there every single day trying to, gain recognition and put the cause forward. Like, how do you sort of personally deal with the kind of frustration that must be embedded in that?
No frustration, actually, is just more energy and reason to work. And I am doing this. I have to confirm you that we are talking with Serbia. We are preparing for the final dialogue with Serbia. And as a final documents has to be binding document, agreement, recognition of Kosovo from Serbia.
So you think Serbia might recognize Kosovo?
When this is one of the conditions that we impose to Serbia. And
so you're speaking with your Serbian counterparts on that issue?
Of course.
You guys have a dialogue with each other?
You're
not constantly fighting each other in the diplomatic sphere?
We have signed more than 30 agreement with Serbia, and the final agreement has to be a peace contract. The peace contract is equally with a binding document to recognize Kosovo. I heard the statement of permanent Security Council members like Russia and China that as soon as Serbia agree in something, they have nothing to contrary. Yeah. They will accept this.
Yeah, I mean, again, just to almost like use the Israeli metaphor, it'd almost be as if Israel were to agree to final status with the Palestinians, then the Security Council would get behind it in a way. It's sort of a similar situation.
Please
don't. Sorry,
bring
don't bring it into
it. Palestine and Kosovo. Kosovo is different.
Of course. I know. Yeah.
Kosovo.
I'm saying from yes, political science point of view, perhaps.
We are totally different because a big state like was Yugoslavia doesn't exist anymore. Mm-hmm. And from there we have new states. Yeah. One of the new states we are. All other states are recognized by entire international community. Why Kosovo has not to be recognized? Mm-hmm. Is because we were also absolutely the equal member of federation, constituent member of former Yugoslavian Federation. We have right to be recognized, and we have right to build ourselves.
Mm-hmm. So lastly, could you just tell me? This is a very busy week for you. It's a very busy week for every diplomat. What was your highlight so far? We're speaking again on Thursday of UNGA. What was it besides this interview, of course?
Of course, it was very interesting to shake hands with the president.
Yeah.
So I have very interesting meetings with high level people from the United Nations. Mm-hmm. I had meetings with high level people from the United States administration.
Who did you meet from the U.S. administration?
Of course, I meet the Wes Mitchell, which is the number 2 in the State Department.
Yeah.
I had several meetings with my colleagues from Germany, from Belgium, Holland, from European countries, and of course with my colleagues from countries from Africa, mm-hmm. different countries from Africa, Asia.
When you're meeting a country from sub-Saharan Africa, like could you name a country you met, and just tell me a little bit, like, what did you talk about?
Yes, as I said, for countries that they have recognized Kosovo, to ensure that we are trustable partners to them, and then we to ensure signing of further agreements mm-hmm. for cooperation with them, and to the countries that they haven't recognized, to brief them with the facts, so to make the next recognition to make happen.
Well, good luck. What's next for you?
Thank you. Next, to continue tomorrow and the day after tomorrow with my work. And of course, hoping that one day you will come to Kosovo.
I'd love to.
And you will discover everything what I'm.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thank you all for listening. Thank you to the foreign minister. That was interesting. Always great to hear directly from the source in a situation like this, what his priorities are, and also what his life is like during this crazy, crazy week of UNGA. And of course, thank you as always to the University of Manchester's Global Development Institute for being an ongoing sponsor of the show. We'll see you next time. Bye.